get it down, keep it down, and get it forward. That's what I told a recent student of mine that totally transformed his iron ball striking. It's gonna help you today. I've got one really good drill, a couple simple feels that are all about your trail shoulder motion to get you hitting the ball much better. Let's dive right in. So we're gonna show you a couple different good ball strikers on the screen, and you're gonna see a commonality amongst all good ball strikers with the irons, that they're able to take their trail shoulder and get it down, keep it down, and get it forward. And I'm gonna explain why all three of those moves are really important and give you one simple drill. Let's start with the getting it down portion. So the getting the shoulder down during the downswing really comes from two moves. One is during the downswing, you'll see some players on the screen. All good ball strikers will get their hips to work forward towards the target in the downswing. And as the hips work forward towards the target, that's going to give the player some tilt, meaning that gets their chest behind their hips and lowers their right shoulder. So part of the down piece that we're talking about, which is the right shoulder getting closer to the right hip or moving down in space, part of that comes from the hips pushing forward. And the other part of that comes from right side bend. Right side bend is just the right shoulder getting closer to the right hip. It's the combo of those two moves, hips forward, right shoulder closer to the hip, that gives us the down part. Now the down part is so important, especially from the down the line angle, because that's the piece that's gonna help get the club working from inside. That's gonna help us get the club working from inside to the ball to have good direction control. That's also gonna give us a nice shallow angle of approach, ball first, good divots past the ball. The opposite of that, the bad version, like my student, if the right shoulder stayed high the whole time, if we show from both angles, you can see that would have the arms and club working too far out. This would lead to too many pulls, fades, and poor contact. So shoulder down to help swing from inside. Let's go ahead and hit one with that. Now, before we get to the drill, I'm going to show you how to feel this. Let's talk about the forward component. When I make a swing and I come down, and you'll see these good ball strikers, the shoulder doesn't just go down with no forward motion. While that's good with getting the club from inside from here, if I don't get it to go forward, I'm gonna hit too far behind the golf ball. So I need the forward part to be able to move my low point forward. The down helps me swing from low and inside. The forward helps me hit ball first, ground second for consistent contact. So I want to combine the down and forward together. The last little part before the drill, remember in the beginning, it wasn't just get it down, get it forward. It was get it down, keep it down, get it forward. And the keeping it down, you'll really see from down the line. We'll put some good ball strikers on the screen. If we were to draw a line up their back line or their spine angle, you would note to be able to hit the ball solid, we want to keep our body's distance from the ground pretty constant. What we don't want to have happen in a swing is moving our body away from and closer to the ball throughout the entire swing. That would make it much more chaotic. Instead, to be able to keep our body a constant distance, especially during the downswing and follow through, not only do we get the shoulder going down, but it's got to stay down in the follow through. You'll see some of these golfers, especially at about arms parallel to the ground, how the right shoulder stayed down and stays lower than the left. Right shoulder down, keep it down, and get it forward. If you're spending 4 more hours outside on the golf course without proper skin protection, you're making a serious mistake that goes well beyond your scorecard. I partnered with Particle because the sunscreen that they have that I now use has solved every problem I've had with other sunscreens throughout my entire playing career. First of all, it's truly invisible. No white marks on your face, your beard, or even your clothes. Second, with Particle, it won't run into your eyes when you're out there sweating. And it's formulated with premium ingredients like vitamin E that's actually nourishing your skin while also protecting it. Look, I teach golf for a living, so I'm outside every day, whether I'm teaching or playing, but I also care about my students and I care about you watching. I want you to protect your skin as well. Particle makes protection so easy, there's really no excuse not to use it. It's lightweight, it's super easy to reapply at the turn, and it never messes with your game. If you're ready to take your skin protection seriously, use my code ERIC20 at checkout. We get 20% off everything on the site. I'm telling you, if you want to protect your skin, you're going to absolutely love this. It's only valid for the first 200 people. So if you want to give it a try, don't wait, click that link and use my code. Okay, so while there's a couple really good drills for this, the one that I gave my student and that I like the most, I'd like you to do with me. This one's my favorite one. Club across your shoulders, grip end even with your left shoulder, club out to the right. Now, how do I know how much down, how much forward to do, and when to do it? What you want to be able to do and why this works so good is when I make a downswing, if I do the amount of down and forward correctly, and I close my left eye, try this with me, I can actually see, from my point of view, the club head get right behind the golf ball. Now, this is a little bit exaggerated with the down piece, but for most of us who need more, this is a really good exercise. Obviously, if I don't go down enough and I go too level with the right shoulder, I would see that that club would come way too high. That club's way above the golf ball for me. When I give the down component, then I see it's right back behind the ball. And again, that's a little bit of an exaggerated feel, but most of us need to exaggerate that just to get to normal. Now the forward part works the same way. If I just went down with no forward, you'll see the club never gets to the ball. So it's very easy for me to know how much forward I need to feel by just getting the club head to the ball. So it's the combining of the down and the forward that we put at the same time right away when I start the downswing. So a couple feels that you're going to have when you're doing this. What my student really felt is right away through the ball, this down portion, which remember comes partially from the hips going forward. I want to make sure that my belt buckle gets forward over my ankle. But part of that's also going to, come from a right side bend, and the right side bend is going to feel like a little bit of an oblique crunch. So what I feel like I'm doing, and my student felt, is if I were to pose an impact, I feel a little bit of a right side oblique crunch as I'm swinging through the ball. So as we transfer the drill to our normal feel, let's start with that oblique crunch sensation. Now, as I'm doing this oblique crunch, really important, notice that the down portion of this comes from my right side of my body, right? It's the right shoulder down. We'll show you some players on the screen where the right side of their body points at the ball, the hip, the rib cage, the shoulder, not the chest. It's not chest down at the ball. That would have the right shoulder too far back, not forward enough. We need that for solid contact. So in order to get the right shoulder forward towards the target, as we're doing the oblique crunch, we want the chest and the shirt buttons to point out towards the target. So we'll combine those feels, the right side oblique crunch with the chest out towards the target. And that chest out towards the target and getting the right shoulder forward, that all just comes from rotation, right? We talked about the down part, but the forward part, how do I get my right shoulder to the ball and get my chest out towards the target, is all from rotation. So the drill here is going to give you a really nice sensation of combining the down and the forward part. But remember, as we're going to swing through, we want to be able to keep that right shoulder down. So as an added bonus, I'd kind of pose the impact, feel the oblique crunch and the chest out towards the target. But then from there, go ahead and do one where you work through the ball. And when you get into your finish position, keep that right side crunch, keep that club head lower, keep the right shoulder down. That last little piece of keeping the shoulder down is going to help you look like those players in the follow through, keeping your body a constant distance away from the ground to keep the contact very consistent. Right shoulder down, right shoulder forward, and keep it down. All right, guys, that's the right shoulder motion. I've used it in a lot of lessons before, really helped a student of mine recently. If you want to check out more about the right shoulder and how it works through, I'm going to put a recommended video at the end. Go ahead and watch that. If you want help on your golf swing, go to cogornogolf.com or come see me in person. Would love to help you. Any questions, leave a comment down below. If you want to learn more about how the right shoulder works in the downswing, watch this video next.